Alright, we back at it with another video. Today's video is 10 dumbest criminals caught on social media. Let's see how this go.
Some criminals are incredibly intelligent, able to evade justice for months, years, or even a lifetime. Others, not so much. Even those who break the law can fall victim to the powerful urge to share their lives online, overriding their common sense completely. Today, we'll be looking at 10 of the dumbest criminals who were caught thanks to social media. In March 2012, incompetent criminal Michael Baker came upon an unattended police cruiser in Jenkins, Kentucky. While most people would simply walk on by, 20-year-old Baker took a different approach. He grabbed a gas can, stuck a siphon hose into the car, and had his girlfriend Joanne Sendelin snap a charming photo as he brandished his middle finger. The fun could have ended there, but
Crazy thing is, this nigga probably got caught for this shit too. Police car out of everything. Makes no goddamn sense. I'm not gonna say I could see if it was a regular car, but at the same time, shit. If it was a regular car, you got less of a chance of getting caught. Unless the actual person walk out, but
went one step further,
Hey, you
proudly
can't get on.
posting the photo to his Facebook account. Along with friends
Yeah,
and
that nigga's
family,
goofy.
Jenkins police officials also saw the picture, and Baker was consequently arrested and charged with theft by unlawful taking. Baker explained to local media outlets that there was hardly any fuel in the squad car, and the whole exercise was intended only as a joke. He told TV station WYMT,
joke or not, two things. Say you did this to a regular car. If a person comes out and they catch him stealing gas from their car, 9 times out of 10, well, no, not 9 times out of 10. Some people gonna call the cops. You got other people who won't. And for those who don't, they're taking other actions, other measures. Now, that being said, the fact that bro posted it on Facebook is stupid in itself. He was asking to get caught. One,
he was just standing there, and
one, he got the actual department in itself on it, but
it would be funny to take a picture and then post it on Facebook.
that
Sandelin added,
that in
"Yeah,
itself
we're
is
sorry,
crazy.
but it was just a joke.
Joke or not,
We was going to steal
Joke or
gas. We put it nationwide on Facebook. We don't steal anyway, but we're sorry." Police Chief Alan Borms told media that if Baker was willing to steal from the police, he'd steal from just about anybody.
facts.
Despite his
Fact.
impressive explanation
This
and
nigga
his
think this
girlfriend's
shit's funny
heartfelt
too.
apology, Baker spent the night in jail as a result of this photo opportunity. After he was released, he got right back on social media, posting, "Just got out of jail. Yeah, LOL, I went to jail over Facebook." Sounds
No,
like
you
he
went to
learned
jail
his
for
lesson.
Stealing gas.
You have
like
it
that.
listen, you type it in, and
What
then
if
you
they
go
needed
dig.
that last bit of-
Right?
What if they needed that last bit of gas just to go chase some elderly? Just to go help a cat out the tree? What if they needed that gas to go chase somebody? That's why you went to jail.
Kevin Gaines Jr. of DeLand, Florida, was a wanted man in November 2019. The 20-year-old was sought by police on several charges: possession of a firearm by a delinquent, grand theft auto, criminal mischief, and having no valid driver's license. He was also considered armed and dangerous. You'd think with that list, Gaines would want to keep a low profile. Think again. After successfully evading authorities for about a month, Gaines made an interesting decision on December 26th. He went live on Instagram. Little did he know, a police deputy had spotted the car Gaines had stolen parked at a house on Beresford Avenue in DeLand. As Gaines broadcast to his Instagram account inside the house, a group of police officers was
Waiting for
gathering
his
outside,
ass.
with the live feed confirming Gaines's location.
Yeah, that nigga's goofy. And that's another reason why I don't really be on social media. I don't really post like that, for the simple fact, just like everybody around you that you got on your social media can watch, friends, family, coworkers, call it whatever you want to be, random people. Cops got the same access. So if they really want to come get you, they will. They will. Especially after the fact of bro stealing a car. Got it
Dave,
parked
get in the
right
house. He
outside.
just shut his live off and said the cops are here.
Yeah, it's done for. It's too late.
Take cover.
When Deputy Billy Levin shone a spotlight into the window of the home, the light was visible in the Instagram video, which ended rather suddenly when Gaines realized he'd been caught.
Hey, you can tell him to either come on out or we're going to write a search warrant. We'll go in and get him. Yeah, he was on a live video, and as soon as he saw the blue lights, he shut the live video off, and they said, man, hurry up, cuz they're here. Yeah. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. On the ground now. Get on the ground.
Yeah. I got him. Cover me. I got him. Go, Levin. Go, Levin. I got him.
Goofy.
You want to secure this?
Put it like this: if you doing crime, I don't condone it, but if you're doing crime, the least thing you should be worried about is social media. One, for the simple fact, like I said, you got people who will tell just to tell. You got people who will tell because they don't like you. But you also got cops that just actively watch. So, I mean, if you're doing shit that involves, say, like, selling drugs, selling guns, stealing cars, shit like that, stay off the internet. And if you are on the internet, shit, don't post shit that you're doing. Yeah, people are still gonna do it. Yeah, people are still gonna sit here and, post up with guns, flash guns on camera. You're good.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know that you were recording.
Yeah, you're good.
Are you still setting up?
No, I'm recording. You're good. Yeah, they're gonna post videos, do all that, but at the same time, shit, I say keep that shit separate. It's easier to get caught.
Because we got a gun in here.
Gaines surrendered to the authorities, who found 3 firearms inside the house, plus 1 underneath a car in the driveway. He was successfully arrested on the many charges he had racked up before giving himself up on Instagram.
Parents of children who play Roblox. If your child was sexually exploited, abused.
British man Michael Ruse was on trial for assault in June 2012. The 21-year-old was accused of violently attacking his friend's father using a baseball bat and a baton, and he had entered a not guilty plea. Being tried for a crime is pretty stressful, but Ruse wasn't worried about being convicted. In fact, as the trial progressed, he was so convinced that he'd be found not guilty that he shared his high hopes on his Facebook account. Ruse did use a pseudonym on Facebook, posting under the name Michael Miles, but that didn't protect him from the consequences of his foolish words. Throughout his 2-week trial, he shared gems like, "Nearly time to leave for Crown and see the stuck-up judge." But the
That's
stupidest
crazy.
moment of all came when Ruse shared an update that said, "Another week at court." A friend commented on the status asking about his case, and Ruse unbelievably responded, "Yeah, I think I got away with it, to be honest." He even managed to misspell got.
Here's the thing. Even I had a case, right? I had to go through all this BS loopholes back and forth for like 3 months. Right? Not one time did I ever think about posting anything about that, for the simple fact, whether I were to get on, get off, set free, whatever the case was gonna be, it was gonna be that. I also didn't want people, and it's not that I didn't want people knowing that, you know, I had court or anything, or that, you know, I had to deal with that, but it was one of those things where it was like, shit happened. I was just trying to get the situation done and over with, right? So that being said, for bro to even be posting while he's going to court is crazy. Because technically you can't even say shit about your case or whatever the fuck's going on while you're going through the processing, or whether you're waiting to be tried or whether you're not. But for bro to be posting
liked
it,
this incredibly foolish status
crazy.
update, but one of Ruse's Facebook friends with a taste for justice
And they
printed the
snitched on
evidence
his
and
ass.
got it into the hands of prosecutors.
snitched on his ass.
Since he had been caught essentially confessing to the crime, Ruse had almost no choice but to change his plea to guilty. Ian Pearson, the judge presiding over the case, told
That's another
Ruse,
reason why I
"You
say
pleaded
stay
guilty
off of it."
partway through the trial only really because you were stupid enough to put on Facebook what amounted to a full confession."
Damn.
Ruse was sentenced to 46 weeks in prison for the assault. After the incident, Ruse's attorney told the media that the young man needs help with regards to thinking skills. That sounds like a serious understatement.
No, I think the nigga was just being cocky as hell. Sometimes being cocky fucks you over.
Florida resident Whitney Beal made a very dangerous decision in October 2015. After a night of partying, she drove home drunk. But Beal didn't stop at just one stupid choice. She also decided to use the Periscope app to live stream her reckless journey. Beal can be heard on the video declaring,
If you're not new, I'm driving home drunk. Let's see if I get a DUI.
Why the fuck would you want to text
In
me?
the USA, people, let's see if I get a DUI. I don't think I will.
We just gonna let this play out.
amid the sound of fellow drivers honking at Beal, she noticed how many viewers were tuning in to her bad idea, saying,
Bitch, go home.
57 people. Oh my god.
Bitch, pull
I didn't
over.
know I'd get this many people. I am super drunk in the USA. Their light is red. I promise.
but don't worry, Beal obviously
Here's the problem with social media in itself. You see, as she was doing, people do things for views, likes, comments, or whatever the case may be, but putting other people's lives in danger is going beyond what social media is supposed to be used for the simple fact you're driving drunk and you're testing to see if you get a DUI. And you obviously got caught since we are watching this video, but at the same time, there are probably people who do this shit right now, who are probably doing this shit right now. But at the same time, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is
had
the real
safety on her
question.
mind too. She told her shocked Periscope viewers,
It's not cool. Driving drunk is not cool.
Then why are you doing that?
some of those watching the video feed called 911, and a Lakeland police officer was able to locate Beal's car by logging into the live stream. She was pulled over and arrested after failing a field sobriety test. On the way to the police station,
She
Beal
got her answer.
reportedly threw up in the back of the cruiser.
She got her
Whitney
answer.
Beal pleaded no contest to a charge of driving under the influence. She was sentenced in
contest.
February 2016 to 12 months of probation, alcohol evaluation and treatment, a 10-day impound of her vehicle, and a 6-month suspension of her license. These are standard consequences for drunk driving. But Beal was also sentenced to 150 hours of community service and 10 days of weekend work release as a result of her decision to publicize her poor choices.
Let's see if I get a DUI.
And you did.
29-year-old
Brother, scam.
Orlando Henderson began
Scam
working
it.
at Wells Fargo in Charlotte, North Carolina in April of 2019. By December of the same year, he would be arrested in San Diego on suspicion of stealing almost $90,000 from the bank after his own social media posts helped alert authorities to his crimes. Within just 2 months,
This is another thing I forgot about scamming. Niggas who are scamming, you do got niggas who are posting daily about the shit that they're doing. Buying this, buying that, flashing money. No. Thing with scamming is not everybody's gonna get caught. You do got people who do, but not everybody's gonna get caught. That being said, and again, I'm not condoning this shit. What I'm saying is, if you're doing shit like this, say, if I was scamming, right? I wouldn't want nobody to know, for the simple fact, I mean, people gonna start looking at me like, oh, well, how are you getting all this money? Then they're gonna want in on it. Then you're gonna have people who don't know how to keep their mouth closed. Or you're gonna have people who are like, how are you getting this money? Oh, that's how? Cool. Run into the police. So, that being said, scamming in itself is...
starting his job at Wells Fargo,
People
Henderson
do it.
began using his
I
access
don't.
to the bank vault to steal
bro,
money
didn't
from
even scam.
customer deposits.
Oh,
He
shit.
pocketed cash on nearly 20 separate occasions,
wasn't even
starting
scamming.
small with a theft of
Sorry,
$440
bro. I was wrong. Bro was actually robbing niggas. God.
and working his way up to higher amounts. On July 15, 2019, he took a whopping $13,450 from the vault. Henderson was not only pocketing money, but also covering up his theft by falsifying bank documents, creating fake deposit tickets, and making false entries. He was very careful to hide his illegal
Bro could have got away with this shit. That's the crazy part. This nigga wasn't posting this shit on social media. Nigga could have got away with this. Covered
at
his
the bank
tracks.
itself. But it was
Everything
another
he
story
needed to.
completely when it came to Henderson's social media accounts.
Just
Henderson
out of nowhere
was
started
not
making
shy
money.
when
Yup.
it came to bragging about his finances online.
Yup.
Over the summer of 2019, he uploaded photos of himself holding impressive stacks of cash. He also shared pictures of a Mercedes-Benz he had purchased using a
That's the first thing I do with
$20,000
that.
cash down
Yeah.
payment.
Imagine being able to
Here's
build
a-
an app with your name on it,
Right.
just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
This suspicious activity
Say like drug dealers, scammers, things like that, right? Again, police do watch social media. So if you go from jack shit to $20,000 car note, flashing money, doing all this random shit that you weren't doing before, they're going to start paying more attention to you specifically. So say tomorrow I just happen to just come up on a car that's, let's say, C63 AMG, right? Depending on what year it is, it's going to determine if I get more, or not necessarily determine if I get more attraction, but it'll set eyes. So like 2009, it's not going to be an issue. Anything brand new like 2020, 2026, 2025, anything like that is going to cause my page to get watched, for the simple fact, bro, you didn't have shit just yesterday. So where the fuck are you getting this shit from? And then what they're going to start doing is they're going to start looking into bank history. They're going to start looking into where I work, what I do, and if none of this shit adds up, that's where niggas get
along
caught.
with large ATM
That's
deposits,
obviously what this
attracted the
nigga did.
attention of investigators, leading to Henderson's eventual arrest. The charges against Henderson included financial institution fraud, 19 counts of theft,
God.
embezzlement, and misapplication, and 12 counts of making false entries. In a deal with prosecutors, he pleaded guilty to bank fraud and transactional money laundering on March 20th, 2020. Henderson appeared to have aspirations as a rap artist and often used the nickname AC Foes online. Ironically, he'd adopted the catchphrase, "Ain't wit bein' broke."
say his charges though.
In March 2015, Andrew Dale Markham had an experience on Facebook that most of us never will. He came across his own wanted photos.
Oh,
The
damn.
Butler County, Ohio Sheriff's Office had posted photos of 21-year-old Markham to their Facebook page in an effort to track him down. There were several outstanding warrants on Markham, including for assault, abduction, and burglary, which is why so many people were surprised when he used his personal Facebook account to comment on the post. Somehow not realizing that it
That
was a
is
bad
one
idea
cocky-ass
to announce
motherfucker.
himself on a post identifying him as a criminal suspect, Markham commented, "I ain't tripping. Half of them don't even know me." The sheriff's office wasted no time in responding. "If you could stop by the sheriff's office, that'd be great. Hey, it doesn't hurt to ask." A neighboring county's police department even joined in on the absurd comment thread, asking Markham to please stay in Butler County.
Damn.
Then Butler County Sheriff Richard K. Jones brought Twitter into the mix, tweeting a picture of a jail cell with the message, "Hey Andrew Markham, we've got your room ready." The
Damn,
interactions went viral,
trolling this nigga.
with many pointing out how
That's
foolish it was for a
crazy.
wanted man to publicly communicate with law enforcement. It didn't take Markham long to realize he was in over his head, and the 21-year-old turned himself in. The sheriff's office updated their
fuck he
interested
crying
followers with the news. Andrew Dale Markham will be off Facebook temporarily because there is no social media access in the Butler County Jail. He's turned himself in. Thanks to our Facebook and Twitter friends for helping turn up the heat. Despite his bravado on Facebook, Markham didn't hold up so well in real life, judging by his tear-stained face in his mugshot.
Did you know you can
I mean,
AFK
shit,
Bloods
if
and
they didn't-
Zaire whilst learning to code in Python? Go to
Can't say that. I can't
boot.dev.
say that. But what I was gonna say is, if they didn't catch his ass, why the fuck he turned himself in? I mean, yeah, they trolling him, saying, "Oh, nigga, just stay here." But for the most part, shit, nigga wasn't even caught. And again, I'm not condoning that shit, but hey, to each their own. To each their own.
Melina Roberge and Isabel Legace took a big risk when they embarked on an Instagram-worthy vacation, and they paid a big price. In 2016, the pair of Canadian women boarded the MSC Princess for a 7-week cruise, traveling from Britain to Ireland, the United States, Bermuda, Colombia, Panama, Ecuador, Peru, Chile, and Australia. But thanks to a tip-off, when the ship docked in Sydney on August 28th, police dogs discovered 35 kilos of cocaine stashed in suitcases in their cabin, including the drugs found elsewhere on the ship. The entire haul was worth around $16 million. Roberge had been approached to take the extensive trip by a wealthy Canadian man she would not identify, but called her sugar daddy. They'd met in 2015 when Roberge began working as an escort for the man, and he had offered her the free vacation in May 2016. Not only would she not have to pay for travel, she'd be given spending money and an additional sum when she got home. Roberge would be a decoy. She'd room with Legace, who was on the trip to pay off a debt of her own. Their job was to look pretty and throw off any suspicion about the drug smuggling that was the true purpose of the cruise. Roberge assumed the amount of drugs being moved would be small, a few kilos at most. The money and the travel were enticing, but even more attractive was the opportunity to fill her Instagram account with photos of her luxury journey. And the Instagram content was impressive. The Australian tabloids dubbed the beautiful Roberge and Legace cocaine babes, and the lifestyle they documented on social media did seem lavish indeed. They shared photos from the luxury cruise ship and from the exotic destinations where it stopped: New York, French Polynesia, Peru, the Caribbean. 2 days before the ship arrived in Sydney, the women's luggage was stuffed with cocaine by others involved in the crime. They were told to pass through customs with the drugs, but they never had the chance. In April 2018, Roberge was sentenced to 8 years in Australian prison for her part in the smuggling attempt. Legace was sentenced in November to 7.5 years. Both women are likely to spend 4 years and 9 months there before being deported back to Canada. Their fellow Canadian smuggler, 65-year-old Andre Tamman, was sentenced to 8 years as well.
How the fuck he get caught?
What's the first thing a thief does when he successfully pulls off a job? In the case of this gang, the answer is sharing the evidence on Instagram. In November 2019, a group of young men who stole luxury cars in Leeds, England, decided they should brag about their crimes on social media. They created an Instagram account called Mr. Dingers and began posting photos and videos of themselves posing with the stolen vehicles. The thieves took care to hide their identities, even while publicizing their illegal activity.
Rob the bush plate.
Little burglars from the ends. Little legends.
Oh, no. Oh, these niggas ain't just stealing cars. These niggas is walking in houses.
21-year-old Frankie Allwork shared a photo of himself in front of a stolen Audi A6 worth nearly $85,000. His face obscured by an emoji. 20-year-olds James Holroyd and Bryn Carey posed in similar pictures, and a video shared on January 7, 2020, where they drove the stolen Audi. That video alone garnered more than 30,000.
What's Stolies? If I didn't know any better, I would think you're supposed to get the car, get it off your hands, make money, and then be done with it. Not joyriding the shit that you hit a lick on. But again, that's my knowledge. Everybody don't got the same. Some people just do it just to go
Unfortunately
joyride.
for these young men, the West Yorkshire police were already hard at work investigating a series of car thefts in the area that had taken place over a period of several months. When CCTV footage captured Allwork tossing a cigarette butt into some bushes, investigators were able to retrieve it and test it for DNA, which broke the case wide open in February.
This nigga got caught off a cigarette butt. Shit that you wouldn't even think about. Oh, cool, I'm done smoking this. Toss it out the window. And CCTV caught that shit. And they thought cameras was the only thing he had to worry. I mean, shit, that's still cameras, but nigga, a cigarette butt, something that can be blown with the wind. Something that you throw and you don't think about. Something that you're done with once you're done with it. Came back and haunted that
2020. Once the trio were in custody, police also found the original incriminating photo of Allwork, with his face clearly visible on one of their mobile phones. It's hard to argue your innocence when you documented the crime yourself. All three Instagrammers admitted to burglary and theft charges in Leeds Crown Court.
4 years.
Allwork was sentenced to 4 years and 6 months, Holroyd to 34 months, and Carey to 32 months. Perhaps social media fame isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Albion Online is a sandbox MMORPG in which you write your own story instead of following a laid-out path.
Shit.
Explore a vast open world.
It's like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what that is, but I think we're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna end it right here.
In May 2015, 23-year-old Dominic Antonio Alfonseca robbed a bank in Virginia Beach. He walked into the establishment, handed the teller a note demanding cash, received it, and left. At this point, most thieves would be satisfied with a job well done. But Alfonseca didn't stop there. Within 20 minutes of the robbery he'd just pulled off, he managed to share a photo and video evidence of the act on his Instagram account.
Bro got 150 from the bank. skated and got himself caught by posting on fucking social media. Granted, all that money at the bank
Alphonse
is
Seca posted
insured.
2 videos.
It's insured, so whether they got it back or not, it wouldn't have mattered. But again, he walked with $150K. No police, no shootout, no disturbance. Slid them a note, and they brought it to his ass.
Of the robbery itself, plus a picture of the note.
I need 150 bands right now. Please. What the fuck did the rest of that shit say? Take 3 to 4 minutes to get here. Oh. Police take 3 to 4 minutes to get here. I would appreciate it if you... A minute after I'm gone. If you ring the alarm a minute after I'm gone, make sure the money doesn't blow up on my way out. What kind of
He'd handed to the teller. It read, "I need 150,000 bands right now. Please. Police take 3 to 4 minutes to get here. I would appreciate if you ring the alarm a minute after I am gone. Make sure the money doesn't blow up on my way out." When asked about his Instagram activity, Alphonse Seca claimed that he wanted the police to know that he wasn't armed, and of course, he wanted to share what he was doing. An aspiring rapper, Alphonse Seca was also looking to gain followers on the platform, hoping a big name in the music industry might see his posts. Police located and arrested Alphonse Seca with a gym bag full of the stolen cash less than half an hour after the crime. He later admitted that he'd asked the teller for money and then took it from the bank, but suggested he wasn't guilty of robbery because he'd asked politely.
A robbery is going and demanding something and taking the money.
No, robbery is walking in a bank, leaving with money that's not yours. That's robbery. To this guy. Again, most of these people are doing this shit just for views, comments, like social media, to either blow up or to not. That being said, to him, you should have just walked with the money. They gave it to you. It didn't blow up. They did what you asked, yet you still posted on social media. If that was me, I can't tell you where the money would be, for the simple fact, I'm gonna have these niggas looking at me like I'm trying to do this shit. But if it was me, the money would just be sitting, spent when I needed to. And it wouldn't even be spent at places where they really track money. It would be mostly spent in places that hand over fist contact. So, grocery stores, shit like that, where it's like, oh, okay, cool. You're not tracing me. Yeah, they can run camera footage. By the time they do that shit, I'm gone. But this nigga took the shit to social media.
I didn't do that.
Regardless of this bulletproof logic, he was sentenced in 2016 to 2 years and 11 months in prison.
Well, that being said, we're gonna end this video right here. Fuck it. We got 3 minutes left. I guess I'll let it play out. Never mind.
27-year-old Rashia Wilson was a typical mother of 3 who managed to steal an estimated $20 million from the IRS. In 2010, police in Tampa noticed a decrease in drug dealing in the city, which suggested a different kind of lucrative criminal activity had taken its place. That activity was tax fraud, as discovered in a 2-year multi-agency investigation.
If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is reimagining CoProducer. You can take
Scammers were using stolen social security numbers to file fraudulent tax returns. Wilson, rather than laying low and enjoying her profits, chose to fund a noticeably lavish lifestyle for herself and her children, share incriminating photos of herself holding huge stacks of cash, and to proudly proclaim on Facebook that she was involved in the scam. Her incriminating post read, "I'm Rashia, the queen of IRS tax fraud. I'm a millionaire, for the record, so if you think indicting me will be easy, it won't, I promise you. You need more than black and white to hold me down. And that's to the rat who went and told. As if First Lady don't have the TPD under her spell. I run Tampa right now." As if this social media confession wasn't telling enough, police also discovered expensive designer items and an unusual number of security cameras at Wilson's home in Wimauma, Florida. Wilson pleaded guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. During her trial, she claimed her Facebook was hacked and that she didn't write the bragging status that sealed her fate. Despite this flimsy excuse, she received a 21-year sentence in 2013 and was ordered to pay $3.1 million in restitution. After successfully appealing in
So that means she still got 17 mil. She only had to pay 3.1.
2014, Wilson was resentenced in 2015 to the same term.
The fuck? How she get?
Which of these
Hey, 20 mil from the IRS. You don't get caught, but you get caught because you're posting? Crazy. I would've. But again, most of these or all of these videos were goofy people posting their crimes. Some of them could have got away. But hey, that being said, catch y'all in the next video.